There we go. Happy Pi Day, everyone. If you are watching on the replay, feel free to fast forward wherever you are wanting to watch from, or just enjoy the whole thing. In any case, enjoy. All right. You know what? I am not sure. Let's see. All right, we're up and running there. I need let's see. I feel like and then this is 60. Do I have? I don't have a pen here. Okay. I mean, I have a pen, but not that. Okay. All right. Okay. What's going on up here? Oh, sweet. Oh my gosh. What? This dope. Okay. Cool. What's up, beautiful peoples? Happy Pi Day. Happy 314 day. Or whatever day it is, wherever you're at, whenever you're watching, especially if you're watching the replay. What's going on, Jennifer? How are you feeling since your multidimensional mediumship the other day? What's up, Kyla? How's everybody feeling? Let me get all of my things kind of situated here. Yeah, let me get everything situated here. We're gonna be You have bronchitis. You do. Okay, so that means to me, in like when we're doing all of that stuff, especially with how much energy was pumping through, it feels like it cleared out quite a bit, and it feels like a bit of an upgrade. I mean, I don't know how you relate to it, but that's how I personally perceive these types of things, because it feels more empowering, and to think that way and to perceive that way. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Thinking more. Well, I mean, if it's a coincidence to you, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is divinely orchestrated, but you get to think of it however you want to think about it. So do you, boo-boo? All right, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you beautiful souls out there, thank you for joining me. Let's just get into the space by saying hi. How are you? Let me know if you're new here. Are you new to me? Are you new to my work? Are you new to readings, etc.? I am offering free and paid readings as well as other paid services tonight. We might get into some other things and some other shenanigans. Don't know, maybe. But you know, let me know who you are, where you hail from, and let me know that you're there. Ooh, interesting synchronicity. Is it Alanis or is your first name Lawson? Is Lawson your last name? Anyway, Lawson is saying that they're on the mend of laryngitis. Got it after putting nonstop energy work into work. Wow. You feel good? That's good. So Kim is new, Dee is new. Hi, Steph. How are you? Jackie is wanting to know what multidimensional mediumship is. Of course. So multidimensional mediumship is one of my paid services, and I'll just put that up on the screen there. Okay, so that is one of my paid services. Jennifer can attest. I actually have a lot of people want to receive this from me. What it is I'm tuning into whatever multidimensional aspect of you that wants to come in for you at the time. So that could be your higher self, because that is our multidimensional self. It could be like an angel, a guide, you know, a spirit guide, part of your spiritual court. It could be literally another multidimensional aspect of you in another at another timeline, in another space-time. And the purpose of that kind of connection or reading is to bring, usually there's going to be some kind of healing, not always. It's going to contain some kind of message that is relevant to your current situations and circumstances. And there's always some kind of beneficial message, light codes, light language, sound codes, and a lot of times there's some kind of healing or some kind of energy work going on. Does that make sense? So there's a lot going on in those types of sessions. I hope that makes sense. Oh, so your friend ended up getting sick too? Wow, yeah. There's a lot of clearing. Sounds like there's a lot of clearing. Hi, Michelle. Nice to meet you as well. Steph is new. What's up, Ellie? I just seen your message. That's really dope. I'm gonna get back to you after my live here, if that's okay. Okay, so your name is Lawson. Dope. Okay, I actually like that name. That's pretty dope. We got Georgia. We got Dee from Texas. But how do you pay? That's not a dumb question at all. Thank you for saying that. Rachel. So how you pay is, I haven't even gotten to all the things, but how you pay is all of the links to donate or pay are in my profile. So you just go to my profile. You might have to leave the live. You go to my profile. There's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, and you donate or pay through there. Okay. Okay, so let's get into it because we already have everybody asking about the things. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the compliment about my handwriting. Hi, Katie. I'm going to get into that now. Oh, you need advice from a family member? Is this a deceased family member? Rachel, is that what you're asking? Okay, so let's get into everything. What's up? My name is Angelica. Oh, so yes. Hi, yeah, I'm in Denver too. And it is super snowy and there's a lot of fucking wet, heavy snow on the ground. And there's a lot of it. And I said that, right? Yeah. You're trying to pay? Yeah. Take your time. Sometimes it's doing the things, but whichever one kind of suits you best. Sometimes some people like to prefer Cash App. Some people prefer Venmo, PayPal. It's just kind of whatever you prefer. Okay. I'm coming on. I just know I can't do any energy work unless they say so. I get that. Yeah. You're still processing quite, especially if, Jennifer, if you're sick, your body's still processing a lot. And so you definitely want to kind of, if you do get energy work, you might want to do something more like a Reiki that's more restorative, or just some kind of restorative energy work that's not going to tax your systems even more. Okay. So let's get into it. I keep getting to just distract the messages. So, my name is Angelica. I am an intuitive empath as well as a quantum healer. Okay, but I do so much more than that. I'm basically just a bridge to whatever kind of information, messages, healing, or whatever other connections, because I also do, facilitate mediumship. Whatever you need bridging, I'm the bridge. Okay, I just serve as a bridge, just a conduit. So I am here offering free and paid readings as well as other paid services. So here's my free readings. Okay, so with my free readings, you just comment with your name and a question. Okay, how these work is I just intuitively go to wherever I'm intuitively guided to go to. So if I don't choose to read you for a free reading, it's nothing personal. It's just intuition. And since we're in a group, it's for the group's highest and best good, as well as the individual. So the group energy, I follow the group energy and what's in the highest and best interest of the group to facilitate. So I just kind of go wherever. Okay. So that's that. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings. Free readings are going to be a shorter, abridged version. I might even do cards and be like, here's like a little short message. Not sure, but we're going to make those shorter. Okay. As for my paid services, see, I put on the bottom because I forgot to write on the top. So we have in-depth readings. Those are going to be maybe even like maybe minimum 10, about 10-minute readings. Okay. I also have different varieties of energy work. So that chakra clearing and cord removal, quantum healing. And then we have mediumship and multidimensional mediumship. Okay. If you have any questions about any of my services, please don't hesitate. Okay. All the links to donate are in my profile. Let me know in the comments if you do donate or pay, because all of my paying peeps out there do get put on a list and they do go first. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Rachel, just come back and let me know. I'm here for you. What, 1 second. Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. So there are a couple other things that I want to share. Do I need this? Yeah, I'll put that there. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrolling through the comments. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit here. Hello. Interesting. So there's some interesting questions here. Okay. I see it. I see you. Oh, wow. That's Jackie, are you still here? And thank you for the roses, Jackie. Are you still here, my dear? I do want to kind of go to your question. Hi, stunningly poised. I like your name. I like your screen name. Rachel, thank you for purchasing an auto renewal subscription. Thank you for subscribing. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So Jackie, you asked, your husband passed away last year. So our condolences to you, my dear. So much love and comfort to you. I'm sorry. Did he know he was dying and just didn't want to scare me? So, oh, you watch a lot, Rachel? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. I need the support. Thank you for the heart me. So Jackie, let me just kind of tune in here to see what comes through. I can't guarantee anything that comes through, but like what I will relay to the best of my ability what I do get. So let me just connect to you. So the word I hear with this, Jackie, is like there might have been some denial. You know, I don't know your husband or his personality, but that's just what I hear. So sometimes denial can be like a hell of a drug. It can be a son of a bitch. And if we're in denial, that can really distort reality. So I don't know if he was, from what I kind of pick up, it feels like there was some kind of denial. That, and okay, here's the bigger picture that I'm getting. It feels like there was denial, like felt like he knew things weren't great, and denial, kind of denying that reality and maybe not wanting to fully face it, because fully facing it would mean having to accept certain things. And sometimes when we have to face and accept our mortality, that can be kind of hard for the ego to face. And it feels like that. It feels like it was somewhere in there of, I know this isn't good, but like I also feel like kind of turning a blind eye to hope it'll go away, and there's like denial in there. Okay, I'm not sure if that resonates, but that's kind of what I feel as I tune into this. I will add that your husband is here, because I feel there's a presence on my right side, and that is always indicative of masculine energy. And there's like a sense of, I'm sorry. He's sorry you have to deal with this, and you have to I don't know if he was stubborn, but I'm sorry for my stubbornness. And you're kind of paying, kind of emotional. He's acknowledging how you have to pay, kind of are paying the price now for his stubbornness. But he's helping you through it the best that he can, while he's also healing. So there's a little bit of both there going on. Okay. And it feels like that's also adding to like all of the different questions that go into your mind. And so he's helping you with this. And it's what the sense I get from it is like it was kind of boiled down to denial and being stubborn and not really wanting to face mortality in that way. And he wasn't ready, and unfortunately affected you in a negative way, and you don't need to carry that burden. You don't have to carry that burden with you, my dear. Okay, so he comes through saying he's sorry. You don't have to carry that burden. It was his responsibility, and he didn't own up to it the way he would have liked to. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You have guilt. You have guilt. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that can be like really hard and really tough, and that can leave a lot of heaviness around us, especially when we want to connect to our loved ones who have passed, right? But it feels like, he really does come through saying it's not your fault. There was nothing, like it comes through as like there's nothing you could have done. it was really, he's taking ownership now because he didn't know how to do it when he was alive. There was a lot of ego and frankly just resistance to accepting his mortality. Does that make sense? Yeah, it was, yeah. Because, and it was so fast because what I'm hearing and what I'm picking up on is there's nothing you could have done anyway. It was, it could have been handled in a different way, but either way, his soul was going to exit. Does that make sense? So there's no reason, you don't have to hold on to that anymore. Okay? So we're all sending you love, Jackie. Let's all send love to Jackie. You can let go of that guilt. There was nothing you could have done. It feels like it was gonna, it feels like an exit point that the soul was gonna take anyway. It was just giving him a choice of like, how was he going to deal with it? And he chose, and that's not on you to take that burden on. Okay? Yeah, let's send, yeah. I hope you feel the love, Jackie. We all love you. And I'm going to leave that there. But just know that that's not yours. Okay? Yeah, grief isn't linear. Yeah, you're just going to have to, it's just up to us to kind of feel it when it comes and allow ourselves to feel it. Yeah. Jackie says thank you so much to everyone. She appreciates it. We love you, Jackie. Thank you so much for being here and being vulnerable to share this. Absolutely. Oh, he's a great husband. He's doing healing work for his own soul. Because there was, a lot there that, there's a lot that we deal with here on this plane that can leave a lot of like trauma and like soul fractures. So he's doing healing work in that respect, but he's also still a great husband because he's still helping you in a lot of different ways. He's still there. So he's not left. He's just not in a physical body. We love you. We love you. Okay, so Rachel. Okay, Rachel. So I see you, Rachel. Let me get my pen. So you said you needed what? So you're asking for mediumship as well, Rachel? I also want to say, Jackie, thank you for allowing me to facilitate for you. When I do too many things at once, then it comes across as disingenuous. So you're saying mediumship, is there somebody in particular you want me to connect with? And have you seen me, you said you watch a lot, Rachel, so you've probably seen me facilitate mediumship before. How do the free readings work? You did send more than enough. It's $39, so you sent $1 over, and that's perfect. Oh, you're welcome, Jackie. How the free readings work, Desiree, is you just comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no, general, love, health, career, etc. I just don't do pregnancy or fertility, okay? That's how the free readings work. And I just go intuitively to who I feel called to, okay? So it's never anything personal if I don't get to you for a free reading, okay? Hope that makes sense. Okay, so You are asking, Rachel, like if you were doing this right, and if you want, you were also saying, I feel like you're also saying you want to connect to somebody specific. That's awesome, Desiree. Like, thumbs up. Who are we connecting with? My dear? Speaking to Rachel. Speaking to you, Rachel. I'm just going to start tuning into your energy. I'm being taken to masculine energy. There's two people that I know for a fact that stays around because I can feel them. One's my grandma, one's my aunt. Okay, this is interesting that I'm feeling masculine energy. That's very interesting. Okay. So do you want to connect to grandma and aunt, or one or the other? Let's focus. Focus one at a time and see who comes through. This is really interesting. It's very interesting because I feel masculine energy. Were mom and grandma like more in their masculine energy? Or is this a totally different person? Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Aunt. Okay, so aunt. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you for liking the live, and thank you for sending the heart puffs and doing the things. I do appreciate it. It allows the algorithm to kind of like pick us up and put us out there for other people who might need this medicine. So I'm just going to connect to you, Rachel. And from you, I'm going to feel and empath my way into mediumship. Okay, now I'm being taken to feminine energy. Okay, I see. So it felt like for a minute there, it felt like there was a masculine figure there. I wasn't picking up details, but it was like masculine energy here for Rachel. So it's really interesting. But we're going to go to aunt. So is the question specifically for your aunt? The question that you asked before, is that for your aunt? And like, are you doing this right? Is that what that is? Oh, so okay, so grandpa just died, but we weren't close. Okay. And I got your okay, cool. I'm like, why does this feel okay? Because you definitely had a very prominent masculine energy there. He's still here. He's still here. Okay. I think he would like to say something afterwards as well, because it feels like it could be possibly healing. But we're going to go to aunt. So can you give me a first name and last initial so that I can kind of get clear in their energy? I'm trying this as a technique to help me connect deeper. Okay. Oh, your papa. Oh, okay. So your papa died too. So you have you have a lot of people on the other side. Okay, so it might have been your dad, but it's very masculine, very like, I'm here. Okay. We'll see. So, okay, so Melissa L. Okay. Yeah. So it comes through, I don't know if this is her personality, but it's like kind of like I felt like it's either honey or darling. Like you can't do it wrong. And from her perspective now, she understands. She understands your perspective because she's been human. You can't do it wrong. it's it's human error. And I would personally put it as like programming, but she says it's human error to think that we can do anything wrong. That is the error in itself, is to be disillusioned by what we call mistakes. So do you want to get into something a little bit more specific, or would you rather it be a little bit more general? I know I always want to do what people are comfortable with, and sometimes people don't want to share certain things. Hold on. Yes, I'm the black sheep. So they have always. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm the black sheep. So they have always made themselves no. Oh, made themselves known. Okay. She was me. Okay, so just general. Okay. There. Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. You're the more sensitive one. You're here to help change, create change in the ancestral cycles, the ancestral wounds, as a cycle breaker. So it makes perfect sense that you would come in and feel like a black. Most people that feel like black sheeps, they're here to be to break ancestral trauma and intergenerational trauma. So yeah, definitely makes sense. You're probably more sensitive, probably more empathic, more in tune with energy, and your own metaphysical perceptions of others and how the world works. And you probably don't specifically agree with a lot of the systems here on Earth. So it would make sense. I say all of that to say that makes sense, that you would feel them. They're definitely around. I would say quite a bit. Yeah. Of course we are. We're not leaving her side. Like, we're there. So there's a lot of support for you on the other side. It feels like they're around quite a lot. So if you don't already, I would definitely recommend or invite you to talk to them more out loud, or even in your head, because thoughts are frequency, they're energies, or that they're frequencies and they're an energy. So they're going to catch on to it, especially if you're directing your thoughts towards them. Like, they're not going to miss it, or they're not going to miss that communication. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to speak it out loud, is what I'm saying. So what is this, grandma or aunt? I feel like they've switched. I feel like they've switched now. I can't tell. It feels like they've switched. It feels like grandma's coming in and wants to kind of speak more to you accepting that you're a human. Humans we're learning. We're a very young species, and most of us they kind of want me to explain it a little bit. Most of us, even as adults, we have very childish wounds. So we have a lot of 4-year-olds running the planet right now. And to think that you are somehow different or somehow doing it wrong is an act of mistrust in the self. So this is their opportunity to say to you, trust yourself. You need to start trusting yourself more. Trusting your decisions. And that if you need to course correct, then that's what you do. But you don't have to I don't know if you tend to be harsh on yourself. Sometimes a lot of us do that. We're harsh with ourselves. We can be our own worst critics and judge every freaking mistake, quote unquote mistake, perceived mistake we think we make. And that only makes our journey harder, more difficult. It can also create a lot more suffering than necessary. It feels like grandma. She feels older. Feels like grandma's coming through saying this is about trust, and you can put it, or you can see it as what do I say? An initiation or a rite of passage of learning how to trust yourself and your decisions, and really also at the same time accepting you're human, you're learning, you're a being, you're a human learning you're a human being learning, remembering who they really are beyond all of the programs and limitations and fears. And you're always going to be a work in progress. So giving yourself grace, being supportive of yourself, that's going to go a really long way. And also being able to accept that it's a process and none of us are perfect. Although some of us want to be, and we're operating from those wounds of I need to be perfect. You're learning, you're a work in progress. And so I feel like acceptance would be a really great medicine for you. All right, if you feel like you have if you're perceiving yourself as making a mistake, you know what? Giving yourself some grace by saying something along the lines or to the effect of, you know what? I'm a human being. I'm learning. All right. So how can I course correct? How can I be proactive about this? Rather than, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Kind of just beating yourself up, because you're just creating more heaviness. Okay. So they want to come in and say, give yourself some grace, give yourself a break. You're learning, you're remembering a lot, and the whole human race is. So that alone in itself can go a very long way. I feel like there are some sound codes that want to come through for you, so let me know if you're open to that. Masculine energy does feel like dad coming through. There's a lot of healing going on right now, if that makes sense. It does feel like dad is coming through to say hi, hey, I'm still here. It feels like dad is actually one of your guides, one of your honorary guides, guiding you in this life. So it's kind of funny to them, to aunt and grandma, for you to ask if you're doing it right, because dad's also helping. It's kind of, I get like the sense of like laughter and joy and like, haha, that's kind of funny because it's kind of an inside joke. Like, haha, she doesn't even realize that you're guiding her. You're helping. But Dad kind of pokes his head in to say hi. He's still here. He's been doing a lot of work on his end to help you. And I'm hearing again to say, if you don't talk to him out loud or just talk to him in your head, it feels like you do to a point. But I don't know if you used to do it more. I'm not sure. What is that? I'm not sure how to articulate that, but I just an encouragement to do that more, because that opens that line of communication. And once you're opening that line of communication, that line or the communication can become more clear, and it can become more complex, and you can understand, like you're already sensitive, you're already perceiving them. So it feels like this is a lot of just confirmation for you, but you've got gifts and abilities that would be extremely helpful to others. Dad's helping with this, and Dad's guiding you to utilize your gifts. Utilize your gifts more, because he's big support system here. He's rooting for you. Like, I want her to use her gifts more. It's obviously your choice, but this is this is how he comes through. He'd like to see that more, because you have a lot to give. You have a lot to give, and it feels like you don't necessarily. Feels like there's just some internal conflicts or internal sabotaging systems that are, conflicting with each other, that don't always allow you to shine your light the way that you know you're meant to. Maybe, yeah. I don't know if that resonates. But Dad can definitely help out with this, because he's one of your honorary guides for you in this life while you're in this life. Like, he's clearing a lot out of your way. And you got a huge support system here. Huge support system. Just in these three right here, from what I can feel that they're helping and support you with, you got a lot of support. So ask for them to help you with whatever you need help with, and also be receptive to listening to what they have to say and what their response would be, because you already do. I'm not sure if there's just self-doubt that's getting in the way or what it is, but I feel like you get the responses, and maybe sometimes we just need confirmation. That's all good. We all need confirmation from time to time, but like there's just some things. It feels like doubt, to be honest. That feels like the doubt coming in. I'm not sure. Is it? I don't know. That doubt is what creates internal conflict with sharing your gifts more externally, more with the world. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm going to, let's see. Your whole life feels like a mistake, my dear. It's like, it's completely the opposite. You're not a mistake. You're so on purpose. But because we can feel so, because we have this amnesia thing, we agree to this, like having this amnesia, and sometimes we feel so disconnected and so far from source, so far from our source, whatever you call that source. That's what creates this, like, I'm a mistake. And then there's all this programming on top of it, and That feels like more of a core wound to me, what you're saying here, Rachel, when you're saying when you're talking about that your whole life feels like a mistake. It feels like that feels like the core wound of like, I'm unworthy, I'm not enough, I'm nobody. So there's 3 core wounds there intertwined, but that's what that feels like. But you're definitely not a mistake, girl. Are you kidding me? Like, you're here to, like, you have so much to give. Okay, so I have a real question, and you can send. Okay, is your husband right for you? Okay, let's check in. Everyone talks to me about oh, and those, a lot of other, that feels like other people's judgments. And you know what our judgments are? Is an amalgamation of our hurts, our pains, our wounds, our traumas, and they're all projected to a person, to a circumstance, to a place, to a thing, to a whatever. Because usually we're not ready to face, face those internal judgments. It's always a reflection of our own internal wounds and hurts and judgments of ourselves. So when other people are saying they didn't like that your aunt didn't do this and this right, it's their own judgments. There's no real right or wrong. Not in the bigger scope of the universe. There are different kinds of alignment to higher truths, but a lot of this it feels and sounds like ego and judgments and other people's trauma. Okay, let's get to your husband question. And if you want to send another donation, feel free to. Okay, is your husband right for me, or is your husband right for you? Sorry, I didn't mean for that to come out. That sounded weird. I didn't mean for that to come out like that. Let me just check the connection. So when I feel into the connection, it feels a little bit more karmic to me. So it feels like perhaps once. I wonder if it feels like you're probably asking because it feels like there is you're already wondering, you're already questioning because there is a difference in alignment. Let's just say. It feels kind of karmic. You guys are definitely clearing, or at least being given the opportunity, giving yourself the opportunity to clear a lot of karma. Because it feels like there's, I don't want to go too far back into other lifetimes. But it feels like you guys have like entanglements, I guess. And are giving yourself the chance to clear some of those karmic cords, is what I hear them as. Also karmic contracts with each other. And once you start to clear those, let me see. If they clear those, then what? So that one of these contracts feels like unconditional love. Loving someone. Also clearing disillusionment. And without going too far into that, disillusionment around what? Disillusionment around doing, saying, the right thing, being the right person. So you guys are clearing quite a bit. I'm trying to tune into, once you clear this, what does that mean? And it's not really coming to me. So for whatever reason, I'm blocked on that information. I can tell you that most, I can't tell you. I mean, it really is ultimately your decision, but I do understand what you're saying and what you're wanting to know here. It's ultimately your decision. So I always want my people or anybody I either mentor or work with on any level, I want you to feel empowered in your choices. I'm not here to take that away or take away your authority. So it's going to be your choice. But it does feel like there's a lot of karmic stuff here. And I want to be really careful around this. I do know a lot of the karmic connections. Once we clear the karma, those relationships tend to kind of fizzle out. Not always, though. So it's not entirely black or white. I can only tell you what I've experienced as a generality within the readings that I've facilitated over the years. But that doesn't mean but if they're not giving me if I literally can't feel into that, it could mean that I don't have access for whatever reason. And it feels like, to give you space you got to learn the lessons. You got to learn the lessons and clear the energy. So if you don't learn the lessons and you do eventually move on, or let's say as a, what do they call it? A thought experiment. That's not the word that I'm looking for. But just say just say you left your husband, but you didn't learn the lessons. What you're eventually going to do is attract someone else with the same set of, they might look different, or the issues are still going to be there. The same patterns are still going to manifest. They might manifest kind of differently, but the same pattern is going to be there. So I feel like they're not giving me the information because you need to learn the lessons. If you don't learn the lessons and you don't clear the energy or you don't clear the karma, you're going to call in another, we don't just have one karmic person. We don't have just one soulmate. We don't have just one twin flame. What? We don't. We have multiples where we make contracts with lots of different souls to come in to help us. So if you don't clear the stuff out with your husband, I would say it feels very likely that you would call in someone else, attract in someone else that's going to be another karmic soulmate, or have karmic imprints with you in order to clear the stuff, because you need to clear the stuff. Especially as it pertains to I'm unworthy, I'm not capable, and I'm not enough. I've been hearing I'm nobody. Okay. So I feel like those are some of the wounds that your current husband is reflecting back to you, especially when things flare up. Okay. It's tagging into these very old patterns. They're relevant to this life, but they're also coming in from another life, another past life. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that gives you some clarity. But what they're saying right now is like the lesson is the most important thing. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me scroll down. Like I'm missing all of these. Hi, Landon. Donations can all be sent to... You can have him. All the donations can be sent. All the links are in my bio, in my Linktree bio, on my profile. So Landon, if you're still here, those are where like donations and stuff. Oh, thank you for that. Thick Letix. Ooh, I like that. Okay, disillusion. Okay, all right. So there's a lot of, so it feels like you've already brought in those karmic people, and here's the thing. Sometimes we learn really hard lessons, and we because we don't learn the lesson the first time, we keep learning it, and we don't quite get it. Sometimes we're not truly receptive. We call it hard-headed or stubborn, but sometimes we're just not receptive or yet open to that information. So it feels like you've learned some really tough lessons the hard way. And I feel ya, sister. Oh, hello, Brenwyn. It's so nice to see you again. I took a screenshot of my server. Yeah, exactly. They're fun at first, but then that's kind of how... It's kind of funny because that's kind of how, they hook you, but it's all an energetic thing. You're feeling what you're feeling energetically is the attraction to their energy and their dysfunctions. Because so if we have shit that we need to heal, we're going to attract people with similar dysfunctions, and we feel that initially. That's the attraction. And so they're fun at first, but then they become really not fun. They become hard lessons. Not all the time, but especially if you would keep attracting, if you've had dysfunctional relationships or that type of trauma in your life, you're gonna, if you don't heal that shit or reconcile or resolve that, it's gonna continue to show up in your life, in friendships, in romantic relationships, in family, until you resolve all of the shit. Does that make sense? What I'm hearing is light codes. Did you say you were open to that, Rachel? Because there are some light codes that want to come through, that just to help you integrate the messages as well as receive additional energetic support. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just fill in. Where are they? So just listen. Just listen with an open heart. Okay. Ele say here wa yes I in yo ya halla ya sikiyat le yo wa okay la mau wale shat quas shat lowe and higher. This awareness is It's always for your highest and best good. So this awareness is a good thing. Instead of going into like that beating yourself up thing, like now I'm aware, because if we're not aware of something, we can't do anything about it. If we're in denial about something, we can't do anything about it. Right? So once we become aware, that's the fucking great part. So let that kind of sink in as something like, okay, now I'm aware. All right. Okay, how do I want to like proceed from here? What do I want to create? What do I get to create? What do I feel joyous about creating in my life? Okay. There's just a lot of heaviness around your heart, girl. There's a lot of heaviness. That's calling in all of these partners that, there's no judgment, like good, bad. It's just like they're calling in the same type of patterns so that you can become aware and say, oh shit, okay, what do I need? What does Rachel need? Does that make sense? What does Rachel need to feel? What does Rachel need to be present with? What does Rachel need to heal? Not that there's anything wrong with you, because there's not. So it's not about, oh, what's wrong with me? It's like, where's the grief? Where's the heaviness? Because I feel grief all around your heart. And that grief, it's a very low vibration, and it's going to attract. It's a point of attraction. You're attracting from that grief. Okay? So sit with those codes, and oh no. Sit with those codes. And if you need to rewatch this, I always post all of my lives on my YouTube channel, which is also connected to into my link tree. So this will be on, tonight or tomorrow. Okay. I'm also going to offer this just as a, like, here is a whole nother thing. Whole other service that I'm offering. And I've had some like partakers in it. So if you're interested, Rachel, like I can help you with that. I'm learning a new process. I want to put together a group that's going to help people like work with me twice a week for a very, 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 very low price. Super low. Like we're talking about like $49. I want to help people work with me twice a week and release all of this stuff. Help them learn, help them heal, and help them release all of the limitations, all the fear, all of the stuff that's like holding them back and keeping them stuck and keeping them playing small in their life. So if that's something that you would like to do, or anybody out here that would like to kind of participate in, please email me through my link, or that's my email, infinitelove@gmail. But that same link is in my bio. I'm also offering a TikTok special that you can only book through me. $55 for a 60-minute session. That's fucking unheard of. And we can actually talk about what's maybe bothering you, or if you just want a reading with energy work, or a reading with about what's maybe bothering you, or if you just want a reading with energy work, or a reading with information there, just reach out to me, include your email. You don't have to include your phone. That's just so I can book your email, and I can get a hold of you. And then you also do, if you do take me up on that, I do record all the sessions and you get a recording of it. So let me know. Please reach out to me again at Infinite Love. And you know, I want to help people like release all of this shit because it's keeping us stuck and playing small and playing a victim. And what would life be like if we didn't have any of that? Just saying. Rachel, what do you mean a week or a month? It can be when I'm not sure. Let me can you clarify that for me? But yeah. There's some things in the works. You know, I definitely want to work with groups. And if I can put a group of people together and work with them twice a week, and you know, for $49 bi-weekly, that's supporting people like, and like a whole, yeah, like it's just, I'm so excited about it that I can't even verbalize all of the things. But if you are interested or you want more information, or you want to be in, like, kind of get in on it and learn more information and be notified about it when it does start, please email me. Okay. Oh, bi-weekly. Oh yeah, it would be bi-weekly. Yeah, I'm currently paying 49 a month, or not 49 a month, 49 a week for an amazing program. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's create a whole group and we can do all the things. It'll be through Zoom. All the Zoom links will be, recorded and put in the group so people can like learn. And it'll be like, we're building a whole, like university, not necessarily university, but like we're building a whole, volume. I don't know the word. What's the word that I'm looking for? Just a whole something of recordings that people can rewatch and tune into and have access to. Okay, and we're going to create a whole group, like a whole Facebook group or a group on Discord, so that you have all the links, the connections, all the things. Yeah, collection series, absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. But I'm so excited to do this. So anybody watching on the replay or live, if this is something, if any of it is something that calls to you, please reach out to me, because I'm learning these new process. It's a new process called Recode, but and like I've tried it myself and I'm like, holy shit. And it completely turns self-development and all of that self-development industry on its head, because what we do by going into shadow work, not that shadow work or Reiki or any other thing or modality isn't great, but what we do by looking for what's wrong, what needs to be healed, teaches our unconscious to look for problems. And if we're looking for problems, our unconscious is also going to create problems. Does that make sense? So if we're creatively focused and focused in a creative structure, what do I want to create? And then release whatever's in the way from there, everything becomes so much more easy. And you're actually teaching your unconscious, oh, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm not broken. Does that make sense? So my email is in my bio. Yes, it is. It's the little email icon in my bio. Yes. So there's that. Who else? Jennifer. So what are you looking for? Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay. No. Say, wait. What? Wait. 1 second. No, I got Landon. I see you. So Landon, you're looking for a reading. Is that correct? Thank you, Rachel, for sparking all of that just like juicy, delicious goodness. And thank you for being open to receiving. And like, I want to make sure I say all the things, but just know that I love you and we're sending you all the loves. And I hope it's always my intention you get exactly what you need medicine wise. So reach out to me if you need any more support. But my mission is here. I feel like my mission here is to help people realize like you can do this for yourself. You can do it for yourself. You don't need someone else. But like it is great to have a mentor or someone to help you and show you and guide you into being your own best guide. Does that make sense? Like, mwah. Okay. So Landon, I got you. And then Jennifer, I got you. Jennifer, are you just looking for a reading, my dear? It looks like you're just looking for a reading. I just want to make sure that I have all of the things. Okay, yeah. It looks like I did. Rachel, Landon. Okay, got you. Okay, let me see the things. Landon. Okay, yeah. So you're open. Get it. You got it in depth, right? So reading and reading. Jennifer, anything specific? So Landon, you're gonna go first. Jennifer, you're gonna be, second. Just see what comes up. Okay. Sweet. So we're open and we're open. All right, Landon. Let me just connect to your energy and see what comes in. There you are. Interesting, my dear. Where is this? Is this back of... Where is that? One moment. Okay. Very interesting. So as I am tuning into your energy, Landon, your higher self is guiding me to the back of your heart and the back of your solar plexus. Right? There's some cords back here that need to be removed. So that's up to you if you're open to that or not. It's really simple to remove those, but we can. But what I'm hearing is like, these are not great cords. Oof. It feels like they're connected to... It feels like they're connected to a pattern of behavior. It also connects to certain people. I'm not getting who. It doesn't, sometimes honestly, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Because that can get in the way of like the deeper reason or the deeper reason why they're there in the first place. So it doesn't feel like the who is important, but it's more like why. Interesting. So back of the solar plexus feels like draining your confidence. back of the heart. What do they call it? Back of the heart feels like feeding on or taking your kindness for weakness. And that feels just a little bit like poor boundaries. So that there does feel like there's some, to me, that brings us around to like just having healthy boundaries around solar plexus is about like who you are as a person. It does also involve the ego and the identity, but like, who you are as a person. Like, what are you available for? What kind of interactions with people are you available? Are you setting healthy boundaries? And if you're not, that can allow different energetic exchanges or dysfunctions to happen. Does that make sense? But it almost feels like it's tapping into a blind spot in your boundaries. This is interesting. It feels like a little slimy. Like it feels a little sketchy, and it feels, what's the word for this? There's another word that I can't quite put my finger on. But it feels a little sketch to me, like almost like the person or the energy is attached to, or the person that's attaching to you through a certain behavior pattern is, I feel like I'm nice to your face, but I also secretly kind of judge you. And I don't know it doesn't feel like, most people don't do this very consciously, to be honest, because a lot of our judgments are going to be wounds that we have not resolved and that we're not ready to like face. So we project those out so we don't have to deal with it. Like, oh, that person is like blah, 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 blah. No, bitch, you need to listen. Like, you need to fix your own stuff. But, and I say that in a joking way to kind of get the point across, but it's really, our wounds. Okay, so this person, it's really a wounded type of behavioral pattern that seeks confidence or validation or like feeling better about themselves by, secretly judging you or secretly like stealing energy from you. Does that make sense? Like, that's the vibe that I feel. Like, again, we don't say I don't see who. It's more about the pattern, because you're allowing this, you're open for this, because your own confidence isn't, I guess I want to say this as delicately and kindly, like, it just doesn't feel like it's fully intact. It doesn't feel like it's fully connected. And that is because there's a wound around worthiness. So this flows up from the sacral and allows people to kind of steal energy and confidence from you by plugging into the back of that solar plexus. It's very interesting what you can tune into during a reading. The back of the heart feels kind of like the same thing. I'm taking your kindness for weakness. You know, like sometimes when we're very open and we give people the benefit of the doubt, especially if we're very sensitive, we're very open, we're very compassionate, we give people the benefit of the doubt because we see who they are as a spirit. You know, they're divine, you know, like they, you know, they're divine. But like who they're showing up as, sometimes we have impairments in our vision that create veils or rose-colored glasses, if you will, that we don't maybe quite are accepting that they're showing up as conniving or backstabby. And it feels like there's a little bit of this energy going on because they're plugging into the back of your solar and the back of your heart. And it doesn't feel like it's heart-centered. It feels like it's ego-centered, like egocentric. I need to make myself feel good because I feel bad about myself. And the reason they can do that is because like your own confidence and self-esteem, like there's that wound, that core wound with unworthiness. Does that make sense? So let me kind of scroll up here. Okay, who are we? Hold on. Okay, Landon. All right, so Landon, okay. I don't see any responses for you or from you. So let me know. That's kind of what I get. But I just want to see if you said anything, just to see if there was anything else. I did ask if Landon, if you're open, do you want me to remove these cords? Because I can remove them. The only thing with that is like if you're still going to go. Here's the thing: if we don't heal these patterns, because if we're not healing a pattern, if we don't become aware of a pattern and consciously want to and choose to shift the pattern, if we're still playing out and operating in these patterns, someone else can come in and hook into you and create more cords. Okay, so that's kind of like the quote unquote bad news about it. So my suggestion is you gotta go to the source, you gotta heal the wounds, you gotta learn what is, you know, kind of within you that is creating this openness to allow people to hook into you and take from you. Because it feels kind of icky, if I'm being honest. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. But there's that. Does that make sense? Yes. It feels like they feed off of you because they do. Because you're sensitive and you're open, and sometimes when we're sensitive and we're open and maybe more empathic, a lot of empaths have really bad boundaries. And so empaths need to, part of one of the initiations of an empath is to learn boundaries. You have to be able to be like, okay, this is my boundary. I am not available for this. Higher self, we're not available. And then learn how to discern when that's happening. Also be courageous enough to be like, nope, that's not happening. I'm not available for that. Bye. You know, and be willing to cut connections with people that feed off of you or that disrespect you or treat you in a way that do not align with your values. Okay? You have a lot of bad energy. Yeah. There's some just like icky, it don't feel good. So Your solar plexus is in need of some love. Yeah, they're stealing your heart energy in order to like feel better about themselves, because they're really disconnected in their own heart space. It's kind of sad, to be honest. It's like sad to know that like that's kind of what we do, but it's like on an energetic level. So they're hurting pretty bad too. That not that condones any kind of, you know, any of this, but just the compassion part of it. It's like, oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Also, no, you know what I mean? You have such a big heart. Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. You can have a big heart and also know when to say no, and also have very healthy boundaries, and also know when others' intentions are not in alignment with yours. You can also have a big heart and say no, because by saying no to them and to that kind of interaction, you're also simultaneously saying yes to you. Does that make sense? So when you say yes to them, you're saying no to you, to your boundaries. And that's part of self-abandonment and self-betrayal. And so that can also create a lot of unnecessary internal conflicts, and also leaking of our energy fields. Does that make sense? So it's okay to have a big heart, but you have to learn how, like, that heart also gets to say no, because it's self-loving to be able to know your own boundaries and to know your own limits. It's also loving to them to tell them no. It's also loving to them to have a boundary set. It's an act of love. And there can be a lot of distortions and programming around, oh, it's selfish, how dare you do that? But like, it's actually an act of love. Okay? Boundaries are so good, especially if you're empathic, or if you're sensitive, or if you have like a big heart. We all need boundaries. We all need boundaries. We really do. Because they do ultimately let us know when someone's crossing or violating our boundaries, when to say no, when to say when. Okay? So that's what I feel for you, my dear. I never heard from you around like the cords, but it feels like they're just going to reattach. The real issue here is like these people, and like you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries, or else the cords will come back. And like there's like understanding that needs to come in around, like, that's an actual like true act of self-love. I would love to work with this in my group because I would love to see how this shifts, but that's up to you. Yeah. But that's what I feel for you, my dear. I don't know if you have any additional questions, comments, etc. You know, but the main message here is like, boundaries, super needed, super necessary, or you're going to be drained of energy and you're going to find yourself constantly exhausted if you don't already, which can also lead to illness, being sick a lot. And it could lead to a lot of like physical ailments because you're actually lacking energetic boundaries and like just boundaries in general. Okay. So I hope that helps. Sending you so much love, my dear. Reach out to me if you like extra support or if you're interested in the group. But yeah, we love you. All right, Jennifer, you're up next. Where is my list? Oh, here it is. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have all my cards over here, like the wrong places. All right, Jennifer, you're next. Okay, so Jen, we sending you all the love, Landon. Okay, so Jennifer, so let me just connect to your field. Let me connect to your field, my dear. And give me a moment while I just tune in and listen. It's very interesting. I'm feeling solar plexus for you as well. Yeah, I'm working with a lot of clients recently with a lot of like solar plexus stuff. So it's very interesting. A lot of solar plexus, confidence, that self-esteem. Really strong will. But it's very interesting because the way I feel it operating, I'm asking, like, what is this? What's actually happening here? What is that? So sometimes this is as much of as a puzzle for me to put together as it is for the people that I read for. Which always makes it interesting and kind of fun and playful. So I'm up for the challenge. It's just like, what the heck is happening here? So I'll just kind of explain how I sense the energy as best as I can. So it feels like I have like solar plexus energy, right? And then it like goes way, way, way up and out the crown and almost like disembodied. Like, right? Like almost like disassociative a little bit. So I guess the way that I would read this or interpret this is there's like a little bit of a dissociation with your confidence. It's like, oh, well, is that what came in with your multidimensional mediumship last week? I want to say we were working with your solar, wasn't it? I don't remember. But it does feel. Is it? Let's bring in some cartomancy and just kind of see if there's any other layers that want to come in with this. Because sometimes when I'm okay with admitting like this is a little, it just feels a little dissociative. And that's how I would read it, is like there's just kind of some disconnections in your solar plexus. And I feel like that's kind of what came in during your reading last week. but I can't remember if that was you. Hi, Alex. How are you? Oh, Landon, it's nice to see that you replied. We can definitely remove them, but if we don't, like, here's the thing: if you don't do the work or like release the wounds that are allowing this, it's also going to create. It's also going to just allow people to keep coming in and doing the same thing for you. Okay, so I can definitely facilitate that for you. And if you'd like to be part of like the group thing that I'm going to put together, it's like a subscription, but like a group subscription thing, where, you know, I work with people, I work with the group twice a week, and we all do the things. That would be dope. That would be dope. But that's up to you, okay? I'm doing great, Alex. So back to you, Jennifer. So Jennifer, hopefully you're still here. Are you still here, my dear? So we have victimhood, okay? And it is upside down for a reason, but this is about releasing, right? So releasing victimhood, but it's in its kind of reverse position. So this actually connects for me. So solar plexus, confidence, presence. Yeah, presence. And there's confidence in presence, right? And this victimhood, there's some victim energy in your solar plexus. So when the solar plexus feels threatened or attacked, right up out, it's like a dissociation of the self. You know, kind of like when we experience trauma and we go off into another place, or we just kind of sit there and like in fight or flight or freeze or fawn mode. It's like that. And this is part of what you're moving through. This is part of what you're moving through. I do remember the big guardian guy coming through, and I feel him. He's part of what's helping you through this rite of passage into into a greater embodiment of yourself, as well as fully expressing through all of your chakras, but like especially right now that solar plexus, because that's your personal power. It's like your personal power, presence, confidence, right? Like, yeah, it's about like the ego and individuality and identity, but like within identity and individuality is our personal power. It's our presence. So it's all linked. It's all weaving together within that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm getting a feel for that's what's happening. Like when the solar plexus feels threatened. So your solar plexus also ties into your nervous system. So whenever you're like there's stress or overwhelm that taxes your nervous system even a little bit, that solar plexus gets activated, and that presence, your personal power, it's like it triggers that victim energy to come in. I would love. I'm just gonna say it. I would love to work with this too. I would like to work with this too. So I think our girl Jennifer, like, let me know, Jennifer. But I feel like I feel like you got sleepy. I don't know, but let me know. But that's what I feel for you. I would really, I would love to work with you on this, you know, in a group setting to help you release, you know, release this, because that, it just creates, it feels like it creates other issues and other, yeah, just other issues. Because everything touches everything, right? How we do one thing is how we do everything. So if this gets activated, your personal power goes out the window and like you go into victimhood, then whether that's money, love, career, relationships, or whatever, it's going to affect all of these different aspects of you, like of your life, right? So let me know if you're open, or let me know if you are interested in the group thing that I'm putting together. But I really think we could help to release the victimhood around the stuff. Okay? Let me know. And I think, let me just kind of check in, because even though Jennifer is not here, she's still in spirit. She just fell asleep. She fell asleep, and she'll get a chance to watch this on the replay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna leave that there. So let's get back into, let me check, but I don't think we have any more paid readings to get through. Yeah, we're good. All right. Wait. Oh, Rachel. Wait, hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, okay. Let's see. I just got to make sure that I have everybody. Okay, no, I got everybody. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So Landon, do you want to do the cord removal right now? I'm going to do a little bit of a cord removal for you, since we're all done, and we can go back to you. Oops. And then I feel anybody how, like, passed on? Okay, all right. So as you so let's just do this. So I'm gonna tune into your energy. I'm just gonna cord removal is really simple. So we're gonna do like a so I'm gonna do a grounding. So I want you to imagine, Landon, a cord moving from your root all the way deep into the center of the earth. This is your grounding cord. And I just want you to feel into this grounding cord. Allow that earth energy to move back up through that cord and up through your feet, your legs, all the way up into that pelvic bowl and into your root chakra there. Filling you up with all of the strength and all of the power that you need for today. Just filling you all the way up, filling your cup. And also at the same time releasing any foreign energies, any energies that aren't yours, that don't need to be in your field. Just see them or feel them, or just know that they're those are clearing out that cord, that grounding cord. And so in this grounding cord, I want you to just expand it to how big you are. So now you have like a big you know, you have a big grounding cord. You feel more supported this way. Okay? Just feel into how supported you feel by the earth. Okay? And feel all of that power and strength. Feeling that root chakra. So next, we're gonna bring, I just want you to feel into your crown. Feel the cosmic energy moving in through your crown. And it's gonna move down the back of your head, down the back of your neck, down your back, and into that root chakra. And it's going to clear and energize again that root chakra. And then I want you to feel or know or visualize that cosmic energy running from your back, and it's like it's going to make a U-turn up to the front, up the front of your body. So it's going to move up the front of your body into that sacral chakra, clearing. Ooh, there's a lot that needs to be cleared there. So we're just clearing your energy and running your energy first so that it can support the cord removal. Okay, so just kind of clearing energy, you know, any static or stagnant energies that are ready to be released around that sacral, and energizing that sacral chakra. Okay, and this is done in an instant, right? So we can move pretty quickly. So moving up into the solar plexus and clearing any foreign or stagnant energies that are ready to be released out of your solar, energizing that solar plexus, making it feel warm and yummy and just activated in all of the right ways. And that energy, that cosmic energy, is going to move into your heart, filling up your heart, again, releasing any foreign energies or any other stagnant energies that or blocks that are ready to be released today or in this moment. Energizing the heart, nourishing the heart. Mm-hmm. And then allowing that flow to move up into your throat chakra. Again, clearing what needs to be cleared, what can be cleared, right? Energizing that throat. Give yourself a deep breath. And everything that's being cleared, it's either running out of your cosmic energy or it's moving down that grounding cord. Okay, so nothing is staying with you. And then we're going to move into that third eye. We're gonna allow that energy flow to move into that third eye, clearing it of what needs to be cleared and what can be cleared, what's ready to be cleared. Energizing, nourishing, and then allowing that flow to then meet up with your crown chakra. And as it meets your crown, it's going to do the same thing. Our crowns can, it can hold stuff. But since we're doing this now, your crown is like kind of flowing pretty good right now. So as it moves into that crown energy or that crown chakra, it's going to kind of just go up and out in all directions. So it's going to fill your aura and your auric field, your auric envelope. And it's just going to repair any tears, rips, wherever you might be leaking energy in that auric field. Okay. And that cosmic energy is also doing the same down your arms. So it moves down your arms, down into your hands, and it opens up your hand chakras. Okay, so now that we have your energy moving and running, whew, all right, so we're just gonna like just keep taking some deep breaths for me. And so what we're going to do is we're going to allow that cosmic energy that is running to feel in the holes that were left by those cords. Okay. So it's going to fill you all in energetically. And then as it penetrates, it's going to start penetrating into your more physical self, right? So it's going to start penetrating into your skin, your hair, your organs, the tissues, the muscles, the bones, the blood, you know, down into the cells, down into the DNA, down to the atomic level, down to the subatomic level, filling you in on all of the levels, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Okay, so now that your energy is moving, just kind of feel into how it's different. Okay, how does that feel different? It feels a little bit, I feel like you feel like, wow, this is a little bit different than what you're used to. And this is just like, I would normally, I guess, charge for that, but like, since it came up in your reading, we're just going to do that because, you know, that's what you wanted, and you wanted to do that. So from here on out, I want you to be like, it would like probably be in your greatest benefit to notice if you feel people attaching those cords, because I feel like now, especially if you like really went deep into it and you really felt the things, you're going to be able to tell who's cording into you, and who is more respectful of your energetic boundaries. Okay. And what you can also do is, like, if you feel it start to happen, say no. You're like, no, that's not okay. And sometimes that means having to again relinquish those connections and say no to those connections, and create boundaries with people. But that's up to you. Okay. Yeah. Does that make sense? Are you still there? But that's what I feel for you, my dear. You can even rewatch this on the replay, which will be on my YouTube. You can rewatch that every day so that you can kind of direct, kind of like as like a practice to practice, because that's what a practice is. It's practice to practice like filling yourself up, bringing in the cosmic energy, running your energy through, clearing because this would be a great way to, this is how we can clear ourselves and run our own energy, because that makes us, as we do this, it makes us more in tune with our own energy field, and therefore more aware of when something isn't right. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Landon. Okay, so Landon, Landon says, yes, I feel it all. I'm very in tune. I just need the better, yeah, the boundaries is going to be like, it's going to be life changing. You're going to feel so much better if you have like better boundaries. Okay. So, if you need more support, definitely let me know. And yeah. All right, my dear, thank you so much. Let's do, I just want to check. I want to make sure that, okay, I just want to make sure that I have everything. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let me check back in. I haven't seen Michael's question, so let me scroll back. Oh, okay. So Michael, I just wanted to scroll through and see if there was a different question. So Michael, you're asking, will I stay myself and not be groomed into becoming someone I don't want to be and stay protected? There's a lot of different facets here. You get to choose who you want to be. Does that make sense? In any situation, no matter what it is, situation, circumstance, you always get to choose. Sometimes we don't always see the choices that we're making. So if we're being influenced by someone, and if it's subtle enough or insidious enough, yeah, we can definitely be groomed. That's why it's so important to know who you want to be and stay connected to those values. That way, when you're oriented and attuned to your values or your value system, then you're going to feel when you're off, right? And it might be a little bit of a process to be like, oh, that's what that was. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, now I know what that is. But it's your choice. It's your choice to be who you want to be, and it's your choice of it's your choice to create that for yourself and to be that for yourself. Okay? And staying protected, protection can also, so protection, I don't like using the word protected because a lot of people tend to take it in a way that is very disempowered. Because if you're in alignment and in your power, in your sovereignty, in your authority, you don't need quote unquote protection. Protection has an energetic, there's an energetic, like there's two things happening when you call in protection. And especially if it's protection from a disempowered place within you, right? A place of like, I'm afraid and I need to be protected. No, you don't. You're a sovereign, divine being of light. And if you truly knew your power, you wouldn't be calling on protection. You know what I mean? So here's the thing of like, when we're energetically calling in protection from, attacks or whatever, we can actually, be calling in an attack. I don't call in protection. I call in space and I create my space. This is my space. It's sovereign. It's sacred. I command it to be so. I take excellent care of it, and therefore I know what's going on in it, and I take responsibility for clearing out what needs to be cleared out. I don't need protection though, because I'm a sovereign being. I don't need that. What's another way I've heard of it is like projection, is projecting your energy out. So sometimes when we're protecting, we do this energetically. We're cowering and, okay, protect me, protect me. But what you want to do is actually be able to push your energy out and say, this is me. But with that, you also want to be able to take responsibility for that. This is, I take responsibility for this. I have my energetic grooming and hygiene. I know who comes in. I know what I'm available for. I know my value system. I'm connected. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I'm available for. I know what my boundaries are. All else can step out of my field. Does that make sense? So you have to come from a very, very like empowered space. And sometimes I haven't always been this empowered. You know, I haven't always felt like this. I always felt like, oh, I need protection, or, you know, or whatever. So I know where you're coming from, but like, it's all about shifting how we perceive things. We don't need to be protected if we're connected to our, you know, our choices. If we understand where we're choosing from. If we're choosing from fear, we're choosing from love, are we choosing from joy, are we choosing from resentment or bitterness? Where are we choosing from? So, you know, just putting some things out there. You know, if you're connected to who you are, your boundaries, what you're available to, all of these different things, you don't need protection. And part of that is like the process and the rite of passage that we learn. And I've learned, I've done a lot of learning to be able to present it in this way. So don't think for a minute that I've always been this way. Definitely I have not. But I just wanted to approach it from, you know, I'd rather approach it from a very empowered space rather than I need to call in all the protection. Do I call in? I definitely will say I call in my space and other beings into the space to support the space, especially when I do lives or when I work with clients. But I'm not calling in protection. There's a very fine line and a subtle difference in that. And if you can get that, you can start tuning into like, okay, this is about me being in my power, me reclaiming my power, me owning my power, and knowing how to use it and being responsible for that power. Okay? With great power comes great responsibility, right? So that is that. Does that make sense? I know Michael's probably not on here anymore, but I did want to answer that question because that's a great question. That's a really great question. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Did you fall asleep, Jennifer? I never seen you answer again unless your comments were filtered. Yeah, I fell asleep. Yeah, I kind of thought so. It'll be as soon as I can download it. No, I'll just have it on I'll have it on tomorrow because I have to do. So I have a client tomorrow, so I'll be up and doing things. So I'll upload this live tomorrow. Okay. All right. So my dears, that is going to be it for me for tonight. I will be on tomorrow for more free readings, paid readings, etc. It's been a pleasure. Please check out, you can definitely book in with me super easy now because I'm on heal.me. You can check me out there, all of my services, where I'm booked for, my availability, all of the things, super easy. And if you're interested in working with me in a group setting for a, you know, super low subscription, and then my Facebook, yeah, my My Facebook page is underneath this, is under the same name. It's Angelfire Starchild. And you can actually link to that through my link tree. It's all there. So on the bottom of my link tree, you can check the Facebook icon, and that'll take you to my link or my Facebook page. My personal Facebook is under my name. Okay, I hope that helps. But if anybody is interested in working with me on a group, in a group setting, definitely super discounted rates. Let me know. Please email me through my link tree, and I will be back tomorrow. Love you, and have a good night.